Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi!
Hi! Welcome to the December 2nd through 6th recap of General Hospital. This was a pretty good week.
It was a good week. Every day had something not as exciting as Friday, obviously, but I like how they kept Friday the traditional everything was happening on Friday.
Right.
And you didn't want to walk away from the TV. But the week led up to it nicely with little hints of what was going to happen and excitement. It wasn't one of those bland Monday through Thursday and then they hate you everything Friday.
Yeah. Monday started with Finn and Anna swinging Violet, and I thought that was just the cutest thing in the world.
You are such a dork for that little girl. She is.
I just like
adorable.
that she has a little family.
She has a little family. You're so cute.
But she does, and she's getting to know everyone. She's just like, hi.
I
love all of you.
Yes, she's very good with the flow. I don't know many kids that would be like, my mom just dropped me off, and here I am. I love everyone.
Right.
So,
yeah. But I mean, it's a holiday right now still, too.
True.
So, I don't know. But she's like, hi, Robert.
Yeah.
Ooh, Anna telling off Robert.
That was
setting him straight.
Good. Yes, she was very nice. I love how she starts every conversation with him, kind of like how you talk to your kids. I love you, but blah, blah, blah. You have to sandwich it together in there with the compliments and what they need to change.
I did like that they had Robin call and tell her that she's going to, have the same regrets or have regrets watching Finn and that she needs not to.
Yes.
And then she passed along that wisdom to Finn.
Right.
But in her experience. So, I mean, he's got an amazing support system.
Yeah. He is very cute with Violet. I will give you that.
Although him saying that he didn't have anxiety, he was angry, and she offered to go get Roxy, and he's like, Roxy's for anxiety. And I'm like, and this is?
As soon as she said Roxy, I was like, Shannon's going to be so happy. They're talking about Roxy.
We still haven't seen Roxy.
No, you haven't seen her.
We did forget to talk about Maxie's reaction to Violet last week when she just came up and she's like, oh, hi, who are you?
Yeah, I'm kind of bored with Maxie lately, I feel like.
There was some stuff this week.
There was some stuff,
and
we'll get into that, but she just feels very anticlimactic lately.
Well, there's not a lot going on. I feel like they're stopping a lot of storylines without finishing them.
Yeah.
Like we talked about last week about Nell, the last thing we saw was her talking to the lawyer.
And then it was done. Yeah.
And then this week she did happen to come back. But I mean, it's been like a month.
It has.
That should have been like a day or two later.
Right.
Yeah. So.
No, I agree. It's weird. I don't like it. Maxie was cute. Well, she was cute when she saw Violet. Who is this? It was an appropriate Maxie response of what's going on. How come I didn't know about this kind of thing?
And I feel like she's been raised in a way that
people just appear all the time.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm like. People come and people go. And it's like, oh, we have a baby now? Okay.
Yeah.
Or a kid.
Right.
Or a child. So.
Going into Maxie, her jeans annoyed me this week. Did you pay attention to her jeans?
I didn't.
They were, I know we don't normally get into fashion, but they were just above her ankle boot. But then all of this was fringed. And I was like, it just looked like her jeans looked unraveled, but it was obviously the style. And as she was talking, she kept kind of like moving her leg or whatever. And I was like, I can't focus on your conversation because your jeans are driving me crazy.
I did not notice that.
You have to go back and look. Apparently they didn't drive you as crazy as they did me, but I was like, why is this a fashion statement? I don't like this. Stop. And I was annoyed with Lulu because she makes everything about her all the time.
That Lulu, not even paying attention to Maxie's news, forgot she actually came over for a reason other than herself.
Mm-hmm. She probably just bought the present so she could have a reason to show up to talk about herself.
Yeah. And, I mean, Maxie had big news. It's not like...
That was so cute. She was so excited.
It really was. I mean, that's a big...
That is a big... It's a huge deal to let somebody into your kid's life like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a total dad role that he's taking on, which he doesn't deserve because he's a jerk. I'm very angry at him this week, too.
And he has to die. You know, not Peter.
Yeah.
But like him saying Dr. Maddox has to die, and then Anna catching him.
But she didn't catch him. It didn't feel like. We went all the way. We are so
I
all
know.
over the place. I'm sorry. But she
Okay.
didn't catch him. The look on her face was she did not catch him.
Yeah.
How did she not hear that? Again, I don't know why we have private conversations in public, but that was one that she should have heard, and she didn't. And yeah, he was like, I don't care. Kill either one of them, both of them. This procedure just can't happen. And then he had the nerve to apologize to Elizabeth beforehand. I wanted to punch him. I'm so sorry for my role. And she's like, you didn't do anything wrong. It's fine. And he's like, no, I knew about the brain mapping, blah, blah, blah. No, you're a jerk. You did so much more.
I think that he's really establishing his role in it that they all know of and reminding them, oh yeah, he didn't have that much involvement with it.
But I don't like
what they're doing to him.
No, he's like Nikolas. One second he's super sweet and nice, and the next second he's the biggest jerk in the world.
Jax,
right?
Telling Nikolas, you're supposed to be the nice Cassadine.
Yes.
Or the good Cassadine, Nikolas.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks for reminding him.
You know, because was not nice this week.
No.
Oh. Using Kiki? No. Using Kiki?
That was
so, overstepping.
Mm-hmm.
Totally overstepping.
Yeah.
I mean, that's... If he's mad at Ava for using her vanity above Spencer, blah, 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 which she does have guilt for, but he was dead and didn't know.
Right.
By using Kiki and saying that Kiki's in hell.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
That's not...
It's not.
No.
No. And Ava's going through enough. She doesn't need this extra stress and strain. But like the public conversations, if you went to go sneak in to see someone, wouldn't you make sure that you didn't lose any jewelry or anything?
Did he not notice that ring was not on his hand?
Exactly. That's a substantial ring. It's like your wedding ring. You don't just drop that somewhere and then be like, oh, I didn't notice.
Right. No, I don't know.
I was very mad this week, apparently. Everyone was being such jerks.
Except for Nina.
Nina was very nice.
I like that she and Laura are trying to put aside their differences.
Yes. By inviting her to the wedding and stuff. Yeah.
Well, but she's doing it because she's totally going to expose him, I think. And so she's inviting everyone in one foul swoop. She's going to...
Good for her.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be a good scene. I can't wait for that. I can't wait.
When do you think that's going to happen? Maybe that'll be New Year's Eve.
That would be good.
That would be.
Is that when they said they're getting married?
I don't know.
I don't know. They keep talking about it, but I don't know that they've said it.
They've gotten married and not married so many times.
I can't keep track. But yeah, New Year's. We love to have a New Year's Eve wedding. That would be good.
Who else got married on New Year's Eve? Someone else did.
They get all squishy, romantic New Year's Eve. Speaking of squishy and romantic, Chase and Willow.
Adorable.
But I do, and maybe I'm just wrong, but the times that you thought that you were pregnant, which I don't know if it was only the two that you had or if there was other times.
Totally.
Did you tell the guy
that I thought I was?
Yeah. You take a test first, and if you are, then okay, obviously we need to have a conversation. But if not, you just kind of let it go, right?
I'll be honest, I don't remember.
Huh. Okay. So when we were
had more recent. I mean, mine are...
Yes, when we were trying to have Madeline, and obviously some of it was circumstantial, especially to that, because we had 3 miscarriages before her.
Right.
But all the times that we were hoping, every month you hope it's going to be positive, even if I was a couple days late and we did the whole temperature thing and charting and all that stuff, I did, whatever.
So romantic.
Yes, it was very, like, the ovulation thing has a smiley face. Can you come home now? It was great. End result was a Madeline, and that's all that matters. There's a couple of days of waiting to see, even if I thought maybe I wouldn't tell their dad because I didn't want him to get excited and then disappointed with me. Like, there was already pressure that you wanted it to be positive no matter what. And I feel like if it's an unexpected pregnancy, not that it would have been a bad thing like Chase and Willow talked about, but same thing. I don't want that negative or positive one way or the other, because if I'm scared about it, I don't want you telling me, oh, I really don't want a baby right now, because now I'm terrified if it comes out positive.
True.
And I don't want you being like, oh my God, that would be the best thing in the world. And then I have to turn around and be like, yeah, sorry, false alarm. Yeah. And let you down. Like, Chase was upset with her for not telling him that she thought that she was. But I thought, I don't know.
I honestly really don't remember.
I feel like that's what most people do, is you wait till you know.
I don't remember.
Well, I want to know what the rest of the world does. Am I just weird?
No, I mean, I think that it's everyone's comfort level too, though. Well,
Like,
I got
be there
mad at
with for the
Willow
test.
first because she was telling Sasha that he doesn't want to be a dad. I'm like, that is not what he
That's
said.
not what he said.
I was like, he said that he loved being an uncle because you get to spoil them and send them off. And then he said that he was worried about being the parent that, basically caves to his kids.
Yes.
So in the same sentence, he mentioned
Having
kids,
Right.
and worried about being wrapped around their finger. He talked about a typical parent concern,
Yes.
that we're going to mess up.
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah, nowhere in there did he say, I absolutely don't want kids. But I don't know. Like I said, I just kind of, it was different for me to hear him say he was upset that she didn't tell him that she thought that she was, because I have always come from my perspective of good or bad, however I thought the outcome was going to be. I'm not going to tell you until I have an answer, because I don't know, just not adding to another person's stress.
I did like that they established that they want to have kids together.
Yes, but they need to get engaged first.
They do.
I feel like,
and Willow for what she has overcome.
Exactly. I mean, I don't believe that every family has to be a traditional family, but I think for Willow and everything that she's gone through, and just the cuteness and how young and innocent they both are, that their personalities would be the kind that were hoping to be married before they had a baby. So maybe he'll propose for Christmas.
Maybe that'll be the New Year's Eve.
Oh, that would be cute.
Chase will propose to Willow. I did like that Wiley was being taken care of by Michael, who was his godfather, but it wasn't just automatically passed off to the women.
Right.
He wasn't automatically passed off to the women.
Yes.
Because...
Yeah, in fact, they left Michael there with all the kids because they had to go to the hospital for Lucas.
And even when Willow got there, Michael was like, do you want me to go get... He's going to be a great dad once they figure this out.
Yes.
Seriously, though, Julian again with the car.
He does not learn. He does not learn.
I think he learned this time.
I hope so, but I don't know. Even then, I don't know. Again, private conversations in public places. I know he was in Lucas's room, but still, sitting there, I hope you can forgive me, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop saying that out loud.
He has a lot to be forgiven for, though, so I don't think it's that odd with him.
I was glad they killed Kendra, which I know is mean, but I was glad that they killed her because I really wondered where else we were going to put her.
I did like that they wrapped it up.
Yes.
So Kiefer is her little brother.
Mm-hmm.
She was away at college when, hey, Christina was back this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yay, thanks for
joining the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, they explained it all. It all made sense. And the storyline, if she would have killed Alexis, made sense the way that would have happened.
I actually was worried that she was going to run her over.
Oh, really?
I was for a moment there.
No, I didn't think it was going to happen. I wasn't sure how she was going to get out of it until Lucas went to hit the brakes, but I didn't think that she was going to actually run her over.
I was trying to think of all the logistics of how that accident happened, because how did Lucas and Brad's car get around Kendra's and down the embankment, and hers is perfectly where it was? That's why I thought that Alexis was going to get hit, not necessarily by Kendra. I don't think she would have killed her. She would have obviously caused damage.
Yes.
But so if Lucas and Brad T-boned her, how did their car magically go around and over the hill?
Yeah, I don't know.
So GH Funnies on Instagram pointed out something that I also noticed. Did you notice anything else odd about that accident?
I don't know. I paid that much attention.
The entire cracked windshield whenever Kendra only hit the airbag and had a tiny cut above her eye.
Okay.
But there's an entire bloodied windshield. GH Funnies says, okay, so first off, love the whole Kendra Alexis climax. Nancy Lee Grahn is such a kick-butt actor in every scene. I just love her. That said, who cracked and bloodied the windshield? Kendra hit the airbag and had a tiny cut on her head, and no one even bothered to check the other car for a good 15 minutes after they got there. Did they think it was empty? Just a couple silly observations. And I was like, oh my gosh, I thought the same thing.
Yes, the other car part I totally agreed with. That was ridiculous. Some other car hit her and it just disappeared.
It's like the magic bullet that they say with Kennedy. That's not...
And well, even that with him going down to check out the car, he walked around this side and looked at Brad's side and was like, good, Brad, this is what you deserve, blah, blah, blah. You didn't think there was a driver then? It like took him a second to walk around to the other side and then be like,
yeah, why did he go to the passenger side first?
He automatically went to the passenger
There's not
side.
always a passenger, but should be always a driver.
Yes. So he went to the passenger side first automatically, which maybe because the driver's side was up against the tree, you just thought that would give a better visual.
Okay.
But when he saw Brad, to me anyway, it felt like it was obvious that the way Brad was positioned, he was the passenger. So he looked at Brad first and was like, oh, good, Brad, you deserve this. This is what you get. Sorry, it needed to end this way.
I thought he said that before he saw who was in the car.
No, he said it. I'm pretty sure he said that when he saw Brad.
Okay.
And then he looked and saw Lucas after that and was like, oh, gee, well, who else do you think would be driving if Brad was in the car?
Mm-hmm.
That was just so poor planning on a holiday to not think they were going to end up somewhere together. I know Lucas was working, but I still feel like that was not good odds there.
I don't know. I did like that Chase went and told Sam about Lucas.
Yes,
and
that was nice.
I wonder what's going to happen with Nell. Oh my gosh, first of all, her and Sam.
That was good.
I loved her tagging at her hoodie.
It's like, stop touching me. Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Which means, that they're probably actually really getting along on the set because they're just messing with each other while they're playing. So
that's going to be a good storyline. I wonder how long Nell's going to wait before she drops the bomb that her and Shiloh are married.
Yeah. I don't know. She was hinting at it to Sam.
She was. That's going to be good, though. Sam's not expecting that.
No.
At all. No, I mean, it took me forever to figure it out whenever you said it. So.
No, that's... Well, so real quick back to Kendra, though. It actually made sense because Shiloh called her.
Yes.
So that really made sense. And I was actually really happy that Alexis did come clean to Christina and say, yeah, that is what she said. She tried not to.
I was happy that she said it, but I also thought it was kind of fake the way that they were like, oh, it's not your fault. She obviously is going to have some guilt. And I know it's not her fault, as in she couldn't have seen what was going to happen. But yeah, you lied. You were the one who said that you watched her kill him on purpose, and she didn't. So it is.
There's consequences.
Yeah, it's not your fault. Like, you should blame yourself for everything because you're not responsible for someone else's actions.
She trusted the fact that he was not going to disclose that information. Yeah. Because of where she was at the time.
Right.
Yes.
But there is still some responsibility for that. That's why you shouldn't tell lies. Don't you hate when you're listening to a great podcast and suddenly you're interrupted by an ad?
I know. Thank goodness Stitcher lets us listen to our favorite podcasts like Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, My Favorite Murder, and many more ad-free for only $4.99 a month or $34.99 a year.
Go to Stitcher.com/premium to sign up today.
Use promo code Pier54 for 1 month free on us.
Do you have an idea for a podcast but don't know where to start? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Anchor is such an easy way to record and edit a podcast, and you can do it from either your phone or computer. Best part is you don't have to worry about getting it out there. Anchor distributes to many platforms, so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. You can start making money right away without having a minimum number of listeners, too. Anchor really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place.
Lois. They mentioned Lois.
I was just going to say, I'm like, Ned called Lois. That would be great if she made her comeback.
Oh, she should come back for
Who do
Christmas.
you think, like, is Brooklyn being harassed?
I don't know. At first I thought that's who Brooklyn was talking to was Peter whenever he was walking through the Metro Court. He didn't say it when he got off the elevator. He wasn't speaking until he got in that little corner.
So you think she's in on that whole thing?
So, I don't know. There's something going on. We've already established that. Yeah. And what else bad is there?
Maybe she just has a stalker. Because she's been doing her music.
True.
That would be an interesting, the dark side of fame. I mean, a lot of them get stalkers. There's a lot of horrible outcomes from musicians and actresses.
But I feel like she was kind of
John Lennon. Today is the day that we're recording, and it's been 39 years since John Lennon's fan assassinated him. Let's have a moment of peace.
Okay. Sorry for your loss.
It's devastating.
You remember things that I don't know.
Huge Beatles fan.
Really? I had no idea.
By the way, my basement is all Beatles.
I feel like Brooklyn was too secretive for it to just be a fan. Because her dad would understand that. I mean, he was
Right.
in Maine.
Right.
So if she was having an issue with a fan, I feel like he would be one of the first people that she went to if she was coming home to discuss it. This felt darker. The way that she hung up and was real secretive about it, and he asked, and she was like, don't worry about it, whatever. It feels like she's involved in something she shouldn't be involved in.
What a shock.
Yeah.
Does not surprise me if she was. I did like that she covered for, first of all, she figured out it was Monica that gave away the dinners, and then she covered for her.
Yes.
Because
and that conversation with them was cute. The way that Monica had said previously that Brooklyn reminded her of Tracy in a negative way, but when she was talking to Brooklyn, you could hear the admiration. Like, Tracy was kick butt, and you remind me of her.
Right. And Olivia received it well, but there was a really good chance that that conversation was not going to go the way that it did, and that she was going to be reamed out. So instead of, her intention was to have her be the brunt of the hostility rather than Monica.
Right.
So
that was nice.
And one thing that we didn't mention on our Thanksgiving episode, because I did the quick math, 1994 was the first time that they did the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So this year was the 25th anniversary of the Quartermaines having pizza for Thanksgiving.
Good math skill.
Math.
Good mathing.
It took me a week to do because of the Common Core.
Sorry.
I had to draw my boxes.
Oh my God.
And my columns and count. All these poor kids.
I liked that it was Brooklyn that started the song on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That was cute.
That was really nice.
That was cute. And I liked that they kind of reminisced about the past, and they did the shot of the pictures on the mantle, but they didn't dwell on it. Like, we have moved forward, but we remember these people, and this was our tradition. It was cute.
And I like that Monica, the reason why Monica sabotaged it was so that Drew could have a Quartermaine Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And that's awesome.
That is.
I did like that he was trying to finish the
tree
house.
That was so
But then Jason says, I'll just finish it.
But he was saying he had to go.
I know, but still, give him 15 minutes. Just put up 2 pieces of wood together.
But he was saying he had to go.
That's for Oscar.
Drew had somewhere to be so he could be Franco again.
I know. You think that's going to work?
I hope so, because the way that him and Elizabeth look at each other, it's like reminiscent of Franco and her.
Yeah.
I want her to have a good love. As much as I don't like her, she deserves to finally be happy.
You really don't like Liz?
I don't.
I like her, but I just get mad at her.
No, now that she's gotten older, I don't. She's still too self-centered. I feel like you grow out of that, and she hasn't grown out of that.
Well, she even acknowledged that this week. She's like, he's doing exactly what I've been asking him to do, and now I'm scared of the consequences.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe we think about that before we, especially when repeatedly, it's not like you're just now finding out. There's 4 outcomes. The reason why they said they weren't going to do it to begin with is because of these 4 outcomes.
Right. Exactly. And I understand having doubts, any decision, major decision, you toss that back and forth in your mind. So her reaction, I feel like it's the correct one, but at the same time, you really didn't think of that before this, because you don't. You're so self-centered on what you want and what you think is best for your kids, which isn't selfish, but she somehow still twists it to be selfish.
I think that it is for the boys in a sense, but I also think she's using the boys.
Yeah.
As her reason.
See?
No, I understand that. Yeah.
You don't like her either. You won't
No.
say it.
I do like her though. Just, you're exactly right. Like with stuff like that.
I feel like her character hasn't matured as much as she would have in real life.
Okay.
The selfishness is something in your 20s. She's well into her 30s by now.
I did like that Jason told Drew, even though he didn't.
Yeah, that Jake liked him, and that was cute. He's
right.
such a good dad. That gave me.
But wait. He took them to the Rockettes. First of all,
he's never.
Scout's not old enough to really truly appreciate that.
She's not, and he hasn't spent any time with them really over the past couple weeks, and so now
His first trip is
one big thing. It's typical.
Taking the kids to the New York City for the Rockettes on Thanksgiving. I did like that Sonny kind of is doing like an olive branch to the Jeromes across the board. Like he let Julian, or invited Julian, didn't let him. He extended the invitation to come see Wiley.
Yes.
And told Michael, don't be mad.
Right.
So I'm glad that Julian went too.
Yeah, I like Julian more. It's like,
I mean, that's not even his grandkid, but
true. It's like they flip-flopped everyone. They're making Nikolas bad. Not that he wasn't bad to begin with, but they're making him more bad. And then they're pulling Julian out of the darkness.
yeah. I don't know, but he just got himself back into it, and we're not getting into that whole conversation again.
That was just so out of character, though. I know. I don't want to get way into it again. That's why I really don't like it. He was trying so hard to be good. And then not only did he find a way or try to find a way to get rid of Brad, he legit was trying to kill him. That's a huge.
Right.
I don't know how he would have sent Brad away, but I feel like there's a way you could have made him disappear without actually killing him.
Well, yeah. I mean, Nikolas just did it to Hayden.
Yeah. So.
Poor Jax. He's stuck in that spot where he's like, I cannot believe. And he keeps telling Nikolas, I'm done. I'm done.
But he's not.
He did tell him that he would give him until New Year's.
That's a long time. Like Carly said, that's a long time, though, to keep this secret still.
Yep.
It still weirds me out, the vibe between Jax and Carly. I don't know how Sunny puts up with that.
No, I don't know.
It's nice to see exes be friends, but Jocelyn wasn't even there. You really wouldn't text first and say, and then whenever she said, why don't you text first next time? He was like, I'm not welcome here. No, you're not welcome here when your kid's not here. That's weird.
I did like that she was like, you're all chivalrous, and I thought that you'd offer to clean up. He's like, I'm not going to clean up a Thanksgiving dinner I did not eat.
I gave you some pie. Help clean up.
Now clean up the kitchen.
Exactly.
I think it was a really good week.
It was. It was a really good week.
And then on Friday,
go ahead.
We had Griffin.
Did you scream when you saw him on screen?
Screamed. I was like, oh my gosh! Not quite like that, but
I know.
I did. I was home alone too when it happened. So
the whole point of the podcast conversation is that all of our reactions to each other are genuine, but I do kind of wish that we could watch it together sometimes because as soon as Griffin came, so my notes.
Because I
just whatever.
Ecstatic.
I put James finally, and when they showed him on screen, I was like, oh, Shannon's going to be so happy. I wrote Roxy with the laughing emoji because in my brain I was like, Shannon's going to be so happy. And then whenever I saw Griffin, I put a whole bunch of exclamation points behind it and was like, I bet Shannon's like, oh my God, right now. So we should have a week where we just watch them together
and do like our real reaction.
I don't know how well that's like a lot of editing that you'll have to do, but that would be fun.
That would be. But here's the thing, we don't do spoilers, so how are we going to know which week to, like, this would have been the perfect week.
It would have.
Because I would have been sitting there going, and how did she crack the windshield like that?
Yes.
And then...
And I would have been like, look at Maxie's jeans.
Exactly. Okay, so we are going to have to figure this out. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. Because I do. I think of you as I watch it, because I'm like, I can see what her reaction
I think about texting you all the time, and I'm like, I can't,
nope.
I can't.
We can't, because it would spoil
this. Yes.
Which also gives you a lot of editing because we get off topic and talk about things a little too in depth.
It's okay.
It's a good week.
But
wait.
Okay.
One more thing. Carly asked about how Lucas was doing. Well, like what happened to Chase. Chase gave her way too much information. He went on about Kendra is the older sister of Kiefer, and she was gonna try to kill Alexis. None of that was Carly's business.
That's true.
Isn't there some type of like HIPAA, but for law enforcement?
I think so, and especially Chase to not follow that. You're right.
That was a lot of information that she did not have rights
because it's
to.
So I could see Dante giving them that information because she's married to Sonny and all this.
Yes,
and.
But
she's gonna find out anyway. Exactly. Right. So and Dante's family, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. It just struck me as odd because that was a good 10-minute conversation that Chase was giving her all kinds of information that really had nothing to do with. I'm sorry, your brother was in a car accident. He's in critical care. You have to talk to the doctors about all of that. But there was an accident. He did give her that information
first, and then Carly asked about the other car, and then he said, well, the driver was Kendra, and then he spilled all that extra stuff. Who was trying to kill Alexis Davis? And she's just like, wait, what?
Exactly. Because I feel like a normal answer, I don't know exactly what they're allowed to release, but I feel like a normal answer would have been, unfortunately, the driver of the other car didn't make it. Right. And then Done.
Right.
The rest of it you have to watch the nightly news for. I can't release these details.
Or talk to your husband whenever he finds out that the mother of his other child, one of his children, was almost.
Yeah. Wow.
I did like that Griffin went and checked on Mike, but I feel bad for Sonny because I feel like just as he's starting to really get where they're going,
it's progressing so fast.
And he tries to, this study, I'm sorry, if they get him into this study and it somehow, quote, cures Mike, I'm going to be really mad at this entire storyline.
They can't.
Granted, there have been a lot of medical breakthroughs and everything, but where we are, it can't happen. I'm sorry.
Over them having a magic study for everything. Mm-hmm. There's tons of medical studies, and that's awesome. And I think it's wonderful that people participate because that's how we learn and advance technology and medicine and all of that. And that's awesome. But isn't it convenient that Oscar has a brain tumor? Oh, there's a study we can put him in. Mike has Alzheimer's. Oh, there's a study we can put him in. When there was
those are all true, though.
Wrong with somebody else there. But not every hospital everywhere participates in every study.
I have no idea.
So isn't it convenient that the two major things that are happening happen to be studies that Port Charles doctors can get in on?
In all fairness, Oscar moved to Port Charles, so maybe that's why.
Yes, you seek out the hospital. I guess that's what I'm saying. If Sonny said, I'm seeking out a hospital and I'm going to transfer Mike to Texas or California or whatever.
Isn't it overseas? It's Sweden, right?
Yeah. If I'm going to transfer him to that hospital, kind of like when they had to take Spencer to Shriners.
Right.
They picked him up and took him to Shriners to get that care. Right. A special Shriners doctor didn't show up with a protocol that they implemented at GH.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. But I think where it was Griffin, because it sounds like he's been doing Doctors Without Borders.
Okay.
Is that what it sounded like? Because he said that it sounded like almost mission work. What he said he was doing.
Yeah, and that would make sense because his involvement.
So maybe that's how he found out.
Maybe, and if so, that's great. I know. I feel like if I had a grandma with Alzheimer's and a kid with a brain tumor, that the local hospital wouldn't be like, oh, there's a study for that and a study for that, and here we go, we're gonna fix all of it. You know what I mean? So if they can get Mike in on it and give him a little more time, that would be awesome. But they absolutely better not suddenly cure it because that's ridiculous.
And the audience needs to connect with the characters. And there's nothing more powerful than when we see one of the characters going through something that we went through also.
Yes.
And I've seen it on Instagram, people talking about that was kind of over the line. Mm-hmm. That should not be, because especially so many have watched parents or, grandparents diminish.
Yeah.
So I know we joke about the stuff where they're unrealistic, but they're really good with this type of stuff. They need to stay really good. Mm-hmm. And
it's like we talked about with Oscar. That was heartbreaking. But if they would have magically cured him, it would have done such injustice to the whole story they had played out for all those months.
And that's why this brain mapping thing is so funny, because it's not.
Yes, exactly. But to our knowledge, brain mapping is not happening. And it's certainly not happening, again, at your general hospital. It's some secret.
With a flash drive.
Exactly.
That has all your memories on it.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So those ones, yes, keep it funny and ridiculous because that's why we watch soaps, is the escape from reality.
It's the same thing that we said about Robin. You know, they should not cure her. Because
I love the fact that she still talks about the meds that she's taking.
But she's progressed as real life has progressed.
Exactly.
But when she was diagnosed, it was a death sentence just about.
Oh, right.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, tons of research, and that's why the different studies are amazing and helpful. I don't feel like there should be a magic cure, extension, whatever, for every disease that they come up with.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
I don't want Mike to die.
I don't want Mike to die. And I would
love
if there really was
to be done justice.
Exactly. I would love if there was, for the storyline, if there was a magic cure, just because I don't want Mike to leave. But that wouldn't be fair to all this time that they've put into the storyline to make it realistic.
Right.
So
I agree.
Yeah, we were on our soapbox there for a little bit.
We were.
That's okay.
Do you have anything else?
I don't think So that's all of GH. I think it's your turn for the reality check.
I got out of the house a couple hours each day and felt okay. And then this weekend, I've done nothing and missed a holiday party and a volunteer appreciation dinner and church this morning. So they need to do a better job of really emphasizing how tired you're going to be after surgery. Because, yeah.
Or,
listen, I did do a good job. I was only out of the house for like most days an hour or two, not even. So like Monday I had to go to my follow-up. Tuesday was something.
You have done a very good job for Shannon of stepping back and resting. I don't feel like you've done as good of a job as I would have done resting, because I would love for someone to tell me I don't have to do anything for 2 weeks. You don't like being on the sidelines. It's not like an insult.
I don't know if sidelines is the right, because I'm totally okay with not doing things.
You're okay with not doing things if you don't want to do them, but you don't like letting someone else take over something that you normally do. Not in a bad way, though. Not like
but there's certain things that I have to
controlling.
do. Like I had to go to my pus inspection on Wednesday, or my closing on
Right.
Friday was not going to happen.
Yeah. What else did you
I
do
had to
that
go to my
day?
doctor's. Nothing.
Okay.
Literally, like I would sit on the couch until it was time to go to my pus inspection. I drove out. I did have to check on another house that I have out there. And then I had my closing on Friday. I really did not do that much.
Well, I'm glad that you did nothing, as you say, for the weekend, because you needed the rest. So good, rest.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't make you happy, but it's just what you need.
And you can't just
amazing.
put off being a mom. Like that's the part that stinks.
No, but you're not putting off being a mom. You're always a good mom, even from your couch.
But I got a Ninja blender, and it's totally changed my life.
It's changed your life. Okay, I want to hear about this.
I've been putting off getting one, and I like it. And it's been especially useful. I haven't been able to make my smoothies because you have to typically hold the blender, and that's too much vibration and everything. This, you just press the button and walk away, and it automatically knows exactly how much to pulse.
Wow.
60 seconds, and I got it for a steal on Black Friday.
Changed your life. Now I need to go buy a blender.
JD has said that he would actually drink smoothies now. Don't even ask me why he wouldn't before.
Okay.
But
maybe they didn't grind it well enough, because
maybe
that diet that I keep saying eventually I'm going to start, they have conversations all the time about blenders, because all the different ingredients, they put a lot of okra in their stuff.
Oh, okra's tough.
And if it's not blended to the right consistency, you can definitely taste it. It's in there just to give it like more bulk and substance. But if it's not blended down enough, so they are constantly talking about how Ninja is the way to go. So
sweet.
My week was pretty boring, because I like to save everything for one day, because that's the way that life works. So yesterday, Madeline had a birthday party to go to, and then right after the birthday party, we had a candy making class. They made those apples, like the apples that are covered in caramel and chocolate.
Oh,
I will have to show you a picture. She could sell it to you for $25. I swear to God. And that is how huge it is. And she did a super good job. And she actually did it. They explained it step by step, and the kids made them. All the kids did a really good job.
That's fun.
Not just Madeline, but they showed them step by step how to make them and explained why they were doing it. And I really it's the K&B candy place in North Versailles.
Yeah.
Give them a little plug if you're in the Pittsburgh area. Awesome. They sell delicious fudge. That's where we get our teacher gifts every Christmas, that we give out teacher stuff. And they have anything that you need to decorate, any kind of cake or whatever. But she's really great. Ironically enough, her name's Kim, which is what one of our other Girl Scout leader names was. So I can totally remember it as she's talking. I'm like, everyone listen to Miss Kim. And so she's really good about explaining to the kids. She doesn't dumb it down. It's not like she thinks that they can't understand. So she's like, we use this kind of chocolate, and the reason why is blah, 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 and this is how you heat it, and really explains it. It's not just
nice.
Put this on, and then they have no idea.
What
and
they
it was
did.
Yeah, it was cute, because after we did that, we went to my sister's house to make cookies with all of the family. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. How did you make that? And I went to start telling the story, and Madeline interrupted me, and she was on point. You have to heat the caramel for 10 seconds in the microwave, blah, blah, blah. And she told the whole story, and knew what she had actually done and why.
That's
because
great.
this lady explained it so well.
Right.
So yeah, look for Madeline's apple making company soon. So yeah, we did that and that was fun. And then, like I said, we went straight from there to my sister's house and we had my sister and her kids, me and my kids. Matt even came out over after work, and then my brother and his girlfriend and her kids. So it was a full house.
Wow.
And we made snickerdoodles and the peanut blossom things with the Hershey Kiss
She
on the
did
top.
not bring any of this with her today.
I didn't. And sugar cookies. We just bought the Pillsbury dough that you roll out. We didn't get into making all that, but they got to cut the shapes and then decorate them or whatever, and had pizza and just family. We're really trying hard this year to put the meaning of the holidays back into the holidays instead of just I want, and whatever. So we used to do something every weekend that was holiday-ish. So in the next couple of days, we're going to do a gingerbread competition between the kids.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That is so fun.
But yeah, I didn't even think to bring you any cookies because they're in the fridge, so I'm sorry.
Fine.
Seriously.
Fine.
But yeah, so that was it from the time I woke up. Of course, I hadn't bought a present before the birthday party, so we had to go to Target and get the present, and then we had to go to the party, and then candy making class, and then cookies, and then I came home and caught up on GH, and good stuff. This morning I came here to see you.
So if you're still looking for gifts for someone,
yes, because that's
a General
really
Hospital fan.
Yes.
Free shipping at pier54.com,
which is awesome.
I would recommend ordering before December 10th, just because you never know. I ordered this on Monday and it came on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So that's not bad.
No.
Because they print to order.
Right.
And I got I'd rather be watching General Hospital Racerback tank top, which I am totally going to wear when I start working out again, because I'd rather be watching General Hospital than doing that.
It's super cute.
And it fits really nice. The fit's really good, too.
Yeah.
It's definitely true to size. The material's good.
Yes. And I like that the holes on the side, sometimes, like workout shirts, I know you normally wear a sports bra with them, but they
normally cut down so low. Yeah. This is not that problem.
No.
It's appropriately cut down. It's a little bit loose for movement, but not.
Yes, you can definitely wear that to the gym and not feel like, why didn't I just wear a sports bra because the shirt is not covering anything.
Exactly. But we have hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, coffee mugs, pillows, phone case, stickers, whole bunch of stuff. So just go to pier54.com, either buy yourself a stocking stuffer or buy your General Hospital loving family member and friend a stocking stuffer and something for yourself.
Yes.
So on Thursdays, Port Charles 411, we are going to be sharing an interview that we did with another podcast who wanted to interview us.
It was weird to be on the other side.
To be interviewed instead of talking to someone?
Yeah, normally, we're focused on the questions we're going to ask. And so when she sprung on us who we'd want to have dinner with, I was like, oh my God, wait, I wasn't ready to be interviewed even though we agreed to the interview.
Right. So. Yeah, because we thought it was just going to be, how did you get started? Blah, 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 blah. But it was also nice because she's also a fan of General Hospital. So we were interviewed by a General Hospital fan about our podcast.
Right.
So
it was nice to have that interaction. It wasn't like she was just listening to our answers and then jumping to the next question.
Yep. So we will be sharing our conversation with all of you. So until then,
have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.